Hey guys, so it is 8:25 and I just got this notification come up and I thought I'd share it with you guys. It's pretty important, I believe anyways. Charlottesville police officer tells all. Okay, here we go. Jump right in.
A Charlottesville police officer has come forward to express his anger at being told to stand down by the city mayor during violent clashes between protesters. He also claims the protests, which pitched white supremacists against members of Antifa, were set up to further the agenda of the elites. We, the Charlotte police, were ordered to bring the rival groups together. As soon as they were in contact with each other, we were told to stand down. It was outrageous. We weren't allowed to arrest anyone without asking the mayor first. We weren't even allowed to stop the driver as he sped away. The event was being set up as far back as at least May, and it went like clockwork. Michael Signer, the mayor of Charlottesville, ordered police to stand down during the most chaotic and destructive period of the protests, despite police protests against orders. We wanted to do our job and keep the peace, but these motherfuckers in charge really want to destroy America. Fox News reporter Doug McElway was on the scene in Charlottesville, and he backs up the police officer's claims. I can say, having been in Emancipation Park from early on that morning, that what I saw with my own two eyes confirms what this law enforcement source told us, at least from all visible appearances. We saw people coming out of that park who had head wounds, who were bleeding from the head, people walking into the park with bats, with sticks. You saw what they were wearing. Helmets, body armor. They had come, and this pertains to both sides, they had come to do damage. You can't help but notice from that video that had police been more proactive, they could have potentially calmed this thing down to some degree. Michael Signer is a Virginia Democratic activist with close ties to Barack Obama and John Podesta. Before landing the Charlottesville mayor job, he previously worked closely with Podesta at the Center of American Progress and worked with him again on Barack Obama's State Department transition team. The New World Order, led in the United States by elite operatives, Obama, Podesta, Soros, Clinton and company, are pulling out all the stops to create division through chaos and destruction. Crowds of paid protesters and useful psychopaths are sent into pitched battle against one another to sour the mood of the nation and further divide us all. They're manipulating and controlling newsworthy events in order to maintain power and control over the public and to swing public opinion. The man accused of being a neo-Nazi and murdering a woman by deliberately driving into her during the protests in Charlottesville is in reality a supporter of Hillary Clinton and a member of Antifa in receipt of funding by George Soros. White supremacist and Unite the Right leader Jason Kessler has been exposed as a supporter of former President Obama and a hardline member of the far-left Occupy movement. When did he change his political leaning? According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, an organization that is certainly no friend to conservatives, Kessler revealed his political transformation around November 2016, the same month Donald Trump won the presidential election. If you think that's suspicious, wait until you hear about the other actors in this enormous setup event. Brennan Gilmore was on the scene and was the author of the first viral tweet about Charlottesville. He was later interviewed by MSNBC. He was presented as an accidental witness, but who is he really? Gilmore worked in Africa as a State Department foreign officer under Hillary Clinton. The New York Times mentioned this coincidence and then later deleted it. Brennan Gilmore was also involved with the Coney hoax in 2012, and he's currently chief of staff for Tom Perriello, who's running for governor of Virginia and received $380,000 from George Soros. So the first man on the scene whose tweet went viral and who was later interviewed on mainstream news as a witness just happened to be a State Department insider with a long history of involvement in PSYOPs? If you think that isn't fishy, how about this? Since the Charlottesville protests and his appearance in the media, his information was suddenly removed from the State Department websites. The elites know we're onto them, and they're trying to cover their tracks. They can censor Google and social media and close down accounts, but they'll never be able to stop us sharing information and speaking to each other. For the daily U.S. and international news, this has been Headline.
Okay, so real quick, I just want to put my little 2 cents in here. I feel that if we do not stand up as one, then by the time we are ready to stand up for ourselves, the gun will be in our face already, and it will be way too late. Yeah, I believe history repeats itself, and you can figure that out on your own.